Here I am, looking at Iseria. I think to myself, oh my god, you're such a PvE goddess. So, the plan was, let's take her to PvP and see if PvE gear even works there. So I queued right up, and here I go. Oh boy, it's a challenger player. You know what? I invite the challenge. So of course I'm gonna ban Pyrrha, because Pyrrha is the bane of my existence. Now we're gonna first pick Iseria. Sounds normal. Well, the original name of this video was gonna be First Pick Iseria, and we see where we go from there. And then I see the first pick Politis, and I think to myself, oh boy, we're starting with the counter picks already. So I'm speeding up the draft because we don't care about all this cringe shit. We're here for Iseria. We're just gonna see. Does she work? Can she work? Does she do anything? I have a lot of doubt, especially because I didn't tune her gear for PvP. But hey, that's the whole point. It's a test, and a test is a test. Probably shouldn't have picked Judge Kisei, but you know what? Let's keep going. I have high expectations and high hopes. Then I saw low battery and my biggest nightmare appeared.
I know I'm beautiful.
Violet. So I tell myself, it's fine. Let's just ban the Politis, because she's probably gonna counter my S2 on my Iseria. Turn 1 starts and I feel confident. I got my Kisei getting the first turn. Boom, let's hit the BBK, remove the immunity, or give her more cooldown. Except no. She fucking resisted every single effect. All of them. All of them. I mean it, all of them. My turn came, and Jesus Christ, I had to wait the whole fucking time. I'm actually speeding up the clip. This is me waiting the whole fucking time for my Pavel to get his turn, just from the shitty internet that I was dealing with. And finally, when my turn came, I just S2'd and BBK. I lost. As you might imagine, we have such a good first game that I decided to go back, check my Iseria gear, tune it for PvP, give her more speed, give her more damage, and I decided to just see what happens. So I queue up again, and boom. A fucking challenger player. Once again, I welcome the challenge. This time, with my new and improved gear, my Iseria will do her shit. Now, of course, we're just gonna ban the Pyrrha, and we're just gonna first pick Iseria. Next up, I pick Strays, because, the original strategy was I S2 Strays, and then boom, he can just S3 all over again. That was the initial strategy. And then my biggest nightmare started to appear once again.
I'll fight you.
Politis.
The situation is critical.
So I'm noticing a pattern. She's probably a counter pick, so I have to ban her now. God damn it. This game has become all about countering your enemy instead of using your own original strategies. So I get turn 1 and I do my shit. Unfortunately, Hua Young had immunity, so I couldn't really stun her, so I just S3 with Sharice, typical opening. And then I S2 with Pavel because, what else do you do on Pavel? You just do that, hope you kill the enemy. If the enemy survives, you probably just lost. And then Hua Young gets her turn, and she straight up goes and bullets to my Strays. Here I am saying, the first tick didn't do that much damage. My Strays is gonna live this. Nope, she has Uberius Tooth. So I queue up again, and I think to myself, I haven't seen Iseria action yet. Maybe it's the drafting, maybe it's something else. Anyways, I go in there with optimism, and of course we get a third challenger player because, if you played against easy enemies, you wouldn't really see if a unit is good or not. We're gonna go with that reasoning. Of course. We have the utmost confidence in our strategy. Since everyone uses fucking Politis to counter Iseria, I decide, let's first pick Politis, and then I'm gonna pick my highest speed unit, which is Kisei, and then I'll pick the Iseria. That way, I can actually see what my enemy picks, adjust to it maybe, possibly, But no, I just ended up going with my same standard draft, just ban the Lion, and hopefully Pavel can just kill someone, and then Iseria kills someone else, and then maybe if Strays wasn't banned, I would pop someone with Strays. But of course, that is not how life works. So my internet lags, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, they're giving me time to think. Do I want to S3 Hua Young, SSB? I can do anything here. But then I realized, wait a minute, I've been banning Politis and everyone has been using Politis to counter my Iseria. Maybe using them together is illegal. Maybe that was just too much power. Maybe God said that using Iseria and Politis together are a sin. You can see me panic checking. Am I recording? Am I connected? I think, man, this sure is taking a while. And boom. Yeah, man, just would be a shame if a master player only played against challenger players. Am I right? No, maybe my gear just isn't good enough. Maybe Iseria just isn't good enough. She didn't get a turn, and I was thinking, damn, maybe I should give up using Iseria. But then I saw hope, and I smiled. Who but Iseria can I use? If I can't use one Iseria, I can just use two Iserias. Flawless! So I queue up with the both of them. Fortunately, master versus master. Let's go Iseria, Summer Iseria. You know, fuck it, Strays and Pavel too. Let's see where this goes. Ban the RB because this man will one-shot us. Hopefully we get first turn, and we got first turn. Hell yeah, let's just soul burn and see where it goes from there. Summer Iseria S2, and oh wait, why did it go to regular Iseria? Fuck! I'm tired, man. I'm tired of losing. I love Epic 7, but I've been losing, only taking L's. Wait a minute, Reddit. Oh, let's pretend that playing Epic 7 means you stay a virgin forever. When you look at this draft, who do you think you're gonna pick? Someone. But I picked Soul Bad Guy, the sensei. Soul Bad Guy once taught me, if it didn't work once, try it again. And if it didn't work twice, try it 3 times. Keep going until it works out. And hell yeah, I was pumped to use Soul Bad Guy in a battle. And I got first turn. Hell yeah, that is very amazing. Gives me an opportunity to maybe think and win and strategize something. So I go for the AOL, since I'm very scared that if I use my Pavel S2, she just gives the whole team skill nullifier. Yeah, that's my biggest fear right now. So I just decide, you know what, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna S3 her immediately and hopefully finish her off. Which I got successfully. Now, in hindsight, I should have just S2'd. Here, I decide, I'm gonna lap this Shrem, so let's try to defense break Politis, or something of the sort. Which, obviously, I'm gonna miss, because using an Earth unit to attack a Fire unit isn't always the best idea. And I think, man, this Politis is gonna fuck me up. Who but Soul Bad Guy can fuck her up? So he goes up. Punch! And she's fucking dead. Amazing job, Soul Bad Guy. He's teaching her the ways. Iseria right now, she's writing notes. She's like, damn, 6 swords. I don't need 6 swords. I can just become Soul Bad Guy, punch them, become muscular. I mean, fuck it. Soul Bad Guy looks hotter than all the female cast right now. Celine goes up, kills my Pavel, and you know, guess who finishes the job? I mean, Iseria is gonna finish off Ram because I don't know. I needed to look at her damage. 4k damage. Not bad, right? But it's not enough. We need more. And of course, Soul Bad Guy. He finishes the game. Just look at that damage. That is fat damage. We want that, but on Iseria somehow. And yeah, we just close out the game and get the victory screen. To the next game.
I'll give you a rest.
All that's left is ruin.
So you always want to ban the RB because this man will fuck you
An
up very
eternal
hard.
night will
If he
reign.
just gets a greater attack buff, there's nothing you can do there. So anyways, I start this match, I'm optimistic. I see that I have more speed, therefore Iseria will actually get a turn and maybe we can actually gauge her performance.
Nothing I can't try.
And I see that I did so much damage to that maid Chloe, I just decided, you know what, let's just go finish her off. She's too weak. Usually maids are much tankier than this, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. So I finish her off with Pavel. Now he lost his revives.
Get ready.
I think, you know, Iseria, you can reset my Pavel, or... Did I reset Pavel? I think maybe I resetted Kisei, I'm not really sure.
In full bloom.
And I hit the frickin' Rimuru with the S3, and it's a proof of valor Rimuru, so unfortunately our crit doesn't do that much, but at least we defense break, and
Interfere.
Politis finishes off Rimuru even though he has proof of valor, so you can argue that, you know, maybe we wouldn't have killed the Rimuru if it weren't for Iseria's defense break, so at the very least I'm grateful to that. And then I noticed, oh yeah, I did reset my Kisei, so I just hit the Huayong and boom, reset her cooldown.
I'll show you how a hero does things.
Violet got his turn, and here I am like, oh, is he gonna S2? And sure enough, he S2's like, oh my god,
Fortune will help.
no one saw it coming. And, you know, there was a risk, and he took it, and he lost the risk. Politis did 6k damage. I honestly expected him to just S3 my Pavel, but instead he just S1's my Pavel. Like, he would have healed triple the amount had he just S3'd Pavel. So he just goes with Huayang, punches my Politis. I'm surprised Dubarius didn't just proc and one-shot my thing. So, yeah, we just
Do not understand.
close out the game, question mark. Psych, I hit, and this man evades my Violet. Sorry, I didn't know that using fucking fire against Earth was considered bad. Maybe I should use Earth. Maybe Iseria is the new Zahak. After her training with Soul Bad Guy, boom, Iseria became a mini Zahak. I just close out the game, and it's GG's well played. I need to really look at my Iseria gear, tune it up, maybe spice it up a little. Give her more crit damage, give her more base attack. I swap from effectiveness, I swap from AoE attack to effectiveness. That way my Pavel S2 gives Iseria the attack buff instead of giving my Politis the attack buff, because I noticed in the previous battle that my Pavel attack buff went to my Politis, which could, I don't know, could have been the difference. So I walk into this game, I S2 with Pavel, typical Pavel. We got some Aria action here. We finish off the Ryu. And yeah, we reset the Pavel. Hopefully Pavel gets a turn, but you know, looking at this enemy comp, I'm not too optimistic. I'm like, yep, let's go defense break that thing and see how much damage we deal. You know, we have a lot of crit damage, we have good base attack, but our fucking crit chance was just not enough. It's above 50%, but we just kept missing and missing and missing. So I soul burn the Politis to finish off Delibet. Instead we just get a fucking dual attack. I was gonna S3 anyway, so I don't think that Pavel dual attack mattered anyways. But hey, thank you Pavel, you're being optimistic, you're trying to help Iseria. And then Aria gets a turn, hopefully, and I mean it seriously, hopefully Pavel can actually survive. That way, I can say yes, Iseria did something. She reset the Pavel and Pavel closed out the game. Boom, she fucking burns us, and guess what, Pavel has 2 burns. This man is gonna die on his turn. I mean, this guy, he just sees Pavel, he's like, you know, I'm just gonna finish him off, I'm just gonna S3 him. Which I don't agree with that. Pavel was dead anyways, shouldn't you have like finished Politis, maybe silenced someone else? So I soul burn Iseria, of course we miss, because that's just how the game works. You just use Earth against Fire, you miss. You use Fire against Violet, you miss. You use Earth against Violet, You hit. That's just a game. And boom, Arya closes out the game. If he had immunity, we could have stripped that, maybe stunned him. And yeah, I go back, change up the gear. We have less crit damage, but 81% crit chance. That should be good enough, right? Right? We lost a lot of speed. I think we lost 15 or so speed, but that's fine. I go into the next game. Shit takes a while to load, but hey, more time to think, I guess. So I S2 the F Tenebria, give a turn to my Pavel. I'm Pavel, you know, typical Pavel shit, you just S2, S3.
When you have to fight, you fight.
Track and kill.
You know, who doesn't love a reliable Pavel? So my Iseria's turn comes, and of course I'm gonna reset Pavel because I fucking love Pavel. I wish his performance to just keep going. So yeah, let's just S2 Pavel and move on. So in this time I was thinking to myself, Politis is gonna finish these two off anyways. So I'm actually gonna S3 Fire Ravi. You're probably like, hey Risa, you're intentionally inting with your Iseria. You're using an earth unit to attack a fire unit, which I understand, but listen man, Politis is gonna finish those two off anyways. I can loop them, so it's fine. It would be a waste to just attack them. Iseria is like the extra. My comp is already technically full. Question mark, I think, maybe. I'm not really sure. Well, there goes my confidence, I guess. I'm thinking to myself, if Iseria actually crits, if Iseria lands her debuffs, these would be huge. And one struggle I'm noticing a lot is every time I S2 Pavel, and mind you, Pavel is not slow, he's like 260 something speed, so every time I S2 Pavel, he just dies. He's not that reliable after his opening. So yeah, I just soul burn Iseria. I hope that one of them lands because I genuinely think Iseria has some of the best single target damage in the game. It's just, where is it? And yeah, as you can see, I just keep on going, and eventually this Ravi is gonna die. I have good control here. Cerise can S2 stun, Politis can stun with her S1. You know, at any time, if Iseria wants to crit, this Ravi would be dead. But yeah, this game is pretty much over. Politis stuns on S1. If Cerise S2 fails to stun, I can easily just reset that with my Iseria and just keep going until this Ravi is dead. So long as this Ravi doesn't S3, we're fine. Now, at the end here, I see that Ravi has too little HP, so it doesn't matter if I stun her too long, she's probably gonna die anyways. I just need Iseria to actually land something, and then maybe this game would end. But no, we did it with Cerise Politis. So in the end, I'm thinking to myself, did Iseria really do much? I mean, we're winning at least. That's good, but just like my first pick Either video, Either didn't do much of anything. So is Iseria, or should I say, is Earth Iseria doing anything? And yeah, I'm not really sure. So I move on. I think, yep, this segment is gonna be dedicated to Summer Iseria. Let's see what she can do. Now, of course, I usually permaban Apocalypse Ravi, but when you're using Summer Iseria, you really need to either use Pyrrha or you have to ban Pyrrha. There's just no two ways about it. Now, I love first picking Politis because Politis, she works as both cleave and anti-cleave, and Summer Iseria is a very cleave heavy unit, and she needs another unit to do an AoE attack first. then she can actually pop off, bomb people, and do her stuff. Now, one thing I do want to comment about before I get into this game is Green Iseria. Although I kept missing crits, although I kept missing defense breaks, I do want to say that her S2, S3 combo gives a lot of souls, like 8 souls almost. And in certain battles, 10 souls can make a huge difference. As you might have noticed that in every Iseria battle, I was pretty much permanently soul burning. Now, you could say, hey, maybe that's because you have Tag of Hells on Politis and I had another Tag of Hells on Aria. Well, that's up to debate, but yeah, you just soul burn more when you use Iseria, apparently. So I look at this guy and I'm like, yeah, let's ban the RB. And because RB is just gonna finish us off. Finish us off. And I was confident in my Kisei, and wait, this guy is very slow. So, win, I guess. He surrenders immediately, and I think, Samurai Iseria kinda OP actually. But of course, it was around this time that Challenger players were back, and I thought, yeah, fair enough. Let's battle these Challenger players and prove that Iseria is actually, Samurai Iseria, Iseria is actually a good unit. Which I don't doubt that. There's probably a lot of content creators who do use Iseria cleave. It's not like I'm inventing the new meta. But who knows, maybe later in the video I will actually invent the new meta. So I picked Cerise because Cerise is a very good opener for Iseria. I think Pavel is another good candidate because, you know, Pavel S2 does a lot of damage, gives attack buff to Samurai Iseria. You can do a lot of crazy stuff with Pavel. And, like, in general, you should always think of who's your actual opener. Politis is good, but you need a lot of speed, or, you know, the enemy has to use an AOL if you want to use Politis as your bomber for Iseria's S2. Of course, Pyrrha is one of the best candidates, if not the best candidate. Soul Bad Guy here, just saying, hey, I'm looking at you. And yeah, Iseria is like, yes, sensei, I will go and make you proud. I'm not Zahak this time, though. So I pick Pavel because, you know, you unite him with his girlfriend Cerise. But then they ban Cerise, and I'm like, damn, that didn't last long. Anyways, as I was saying, you need to pay attention to who your opener is, and preferably AoE. Kisei, as much as I love her S3, I looked at the combat readiness bar and realized, you know, nothing is stopping me from using S2 with Kisei. So I do that, get them low, and I see that, hey, I can just kill RB even though he has a revive. So I just soul burn with Pavel. I really wish the bombs went on the other two, but, you know, that's fine. We finish off Strays, and then we finish off the RB. Good old reliable Pavel doing his job as usual. I really love that I built him. So I just try to bomb the Huayang, and then, of course, we're gonna miss a 90% chance to bomb IS3 anyways, because I think, yeah, let's just give them attack down and give speed buff to my Samurai Iseria. There's not much to say about this game. He's just gonna surrender. GG's well played. Yeah, the opener is very important on Samurai Iseria. Usually people would have S3'd with Kisei, but I advise you to not do that. I advise you to always just stop and think for a moment. If I used Cerise in that battle, for example, I could have easily just S2'd with Kisei and then use Cerise's S2 to stun. You don't have to always stick with one opener who will always do the shit. I mean, if I was using Pyrrha, there's some situations where just soul burning your S1 might be better than doing an AoE attack, because, you know, you might run into someone who might just, I don't know, counter an AoE attack is what I'm saying. I don't know, maybe a Rem, maybe a counter unit, an Elbrus unit, something of that nature. So I go into the next game.
Finally, we can return to our mission.
Iseria, I didn't pick you. Why are you talking?
Engaging.
So anyways, I queue up to the next game and I really want to show off Samurai Iseria. I know many people show their alpha, but like yeah, I had a lot of success with Samurai Iseria in the past. I'm not sure why recording the sessions is always bad luck for her, but hey, eventually we're gonna get it. You know, it's entirely possible that I keep trying to force her, and that's why I keep losing. And this guy picks a Lilius and then a Tomoka, and I think, damn, this man is a man of culture. He's living in the good days, the good ages. I wish him success in his career. And then he picks a Tenebria. I'm like, damn. Ida, it's fine. Ida is relatively new into the meta, but like, damn, this guy picked 3 classics. And I just can't help but feel honored that I am playing against a guy named Challenger, even though he's in gold. Somehow. He honestly deserves the Challenger tier. And then he hovers Moonlight Iseria, and I'm like, oh boy. That name sends shivers down my spine. If I wanted a high win rate, I'd use Moonlight Iseria. Like, genuinely, the last meta, or the last, I don't want to say meta, the last 2 seasons, that girl carried me. So like, thankfully, no Moonlight Iseria picks. I know how scary that unit can be. Since he hovered Ida, I was thinking maybe Tomoka is super fast, because Tomoka is going to push Ida. Of course, she's going to push the whole team, but, you know, 20% CR push when an ally uses a non-offensive attack, that's pretty strong. So I hit the Tenebria, hoping I one-shot. That way, you know, Iseria's bombs would go on the other units. Unfortunately, we don't quite one-shot, but hey, Cerise can just S3 and we're gonna push with the bombs. In case my Cerise bombs, Cerise S3 wasn't enough of a push, I could have just easily stunned the Lilius. Fortunately, we got a bomb on Lilius and on Ida, so yeah, I just bombed Landy. S3, this is the dream situation. This is what a typical Iseria game should look like. Of course, if they're using immunity, not much you can do there. There's definitely counters to this strategy, but nowadays you're more rewarded to use cleave. And Samurai Iseria is just one of the best candidates in my opinion. Using single target nukes like Riolet, etc., those are fine, but hey. Moonlight Iseria. So my build, I didn't touch it since 2 seasons. It's very generic. 350% buster, crit damage. I used the Kana artifact because I want to double down on her hit chance and crit damage. Now the only reason why Kana's thing isn't plus 15 is because I'm already capped at 350 crit damage, so I'm not sure if that adds more damage, so I left it at that. Now you might have noticed that my Moonlight Iseria only has 50% crit, which, yeah, that's my flaw. I don't have whale gear all of a sudden. So my strategy was use T-Win, which he has a Helag Lance. I want to elaborate. Helag Lance, T-Win, perfect combo. So T-Win always just pushes up my Moonlight Iseria, and she goes bonkers on damage. So we resetted the BBK, so she can't really S3. So I wasn't too scared of the Emilia. And yeah, she just hits my Cerise. I push up Moonlight Iseria, and Moonlight Iseria, just look at this damage. I want you to look at the numbers. Okay, I hit the Emilia here because I didn't want to, kill someone. I just want you to see the sheer raw damage. No soul burn, just look at the numbers.
I will end everything.
I'll not allow myself to grow complacent.
Now, that feeling is the best feeling in the world. I did that so many times in the past seasons. Unfortunately, it gets harder and harder nowadays. As more units come out, it's harder to just, bonk them with a Moonlight Iseria S3. This game, I'm not really optimistic because they have an APOC Ravi, they have a fucking Vildred, and, Rem can easily just S2, and that removes 1 turn off your attack buff and crit chance buff, and it can possibly remove your immunity, which is always bad civilization. I'm not really optimistic in my chances of winning this battle. As you can see, I'm just getting cracked by RB right now. Was that a Gab RB? I'm not really sure, but that did a lot of damage. And yeah, I didn't really care much for the outcome. I just wanted to show you how much damage Moonlight Iseria can do with my current build.
I'm at my limit. I will end everything. Your life ends here.
Obviously, you saw how much crazy damage that did. That's the typical experience when I use Moonlight Iseria. It's just, I needed a way to speed up that process, and I thought, who better than Guide Aether? So I gave Moonlight Iseria the Rosa Hargana. That way she always has the attack up, the 30% attack up when it's not her turn. And Guide Aether gives a 50% CR push and an attack buff to the unit with the highest attack. Right now, you have just seen the first Guide Aether to be level 40 while 6-starred. That's the first one in the world, I tell ya. Anyways, moving on, I just gear him and give him whatever spare gear I can find. Unfortunately, that means I can't use my Cerise anymore because, you know, I needed some of that. Arya always tells us the greater good requires sacrifice, so I took her tag of health and gave it to Guide Aether. I went to PvP, I boom, picked him, and then they banned Iseria. And I just surrendered, because what's the point? So anyways, next game, I first pick Moonlight Iseria, and then boom, Guide Aether. I have a lot of hope. So, bear with me. So the reason I gave Moonlight Iseria Rosa Hargana is because it gives a 30% attack up when it's not her turn. And it's multiplicative. Notice, it's multiplicative. It's not an additive. So even if I had a Summer Iseria, I would permanently push my Briar Witch Iseria. Now fortunately, I changed my gear and I gave 80% crit chance to my Iseria. And boom! Look at that! That's crazy! I can just open up with Guide Aether, S3, and then boom, just clap them with Moonlight Iseria. Like, where was this before? I know they recently buffed Guide Aether, so I'm not too surprised. And yeah, all I gotta do is beat this Hwa-Young, right? I just gotta beat her. It's fine if she S3s, I'm gonna win, right? Fucking Hwa-Young, man. I realized, hey, instead of just giving attack up to Moonlight Iseria, why not just give the whole team attack buff? Fortunately, we got the exclusive equipment on the second try. I actually tried to make a video about a specific exclusive equipment and I kept rolling the wrong one every single time and it just demotivated me. Anyways, I'm just gonna 5-star awaken either, that way I can actually give him the exclusive equipment and see where we go from there. Now I think I did give him a bit more speed and I gave Moonlight Iseria more crit, that way she actually hits hard. And I go to the next game, boom, they pick Kisei. And you know, I've been using Kisei in pretty much every battle this video. So I thought, what better adversary there is than battling Kisei? I'm not gonna do that, so I just banned her because she's too good, man. She's too good. So yeah. This battle was me testing out the waters, and unfortunately I got outsped, and this man provokes my Aether. If he provoked Strays or Politis, I would have been, you know, in a much better situation, low-key, but maybe he read the patches, I really have no idea. So, let's just watch this battle play out, I guess. So, I was traumatized by Hwa-Young, that's why I was S1ing the Hwa-Young. Maybe I can stun her, but turns out I just straight up killed her. Rosa Hargana for the win. Maid's turn comes and I'm pretty sure he realized if he revives, Strays is just gonna clap them anyways. So he tries to stun me, that doesn't work out. my RNG was much better than his this game, so just strays things. And
Now try me. Don't you
Violet, our biggest adversary in this whole competition. Watch this man just solo us. Now he apples, which I don't agree with, and boom, he just takes 4k damage. Was that worth it, Violet? I don't know. The typical Violet player doesn't really think much.
Do not interfere.
So I take the good old reliable Politis and I S3, but you know, of course I'm gonna miss the fucking Violet because, you know, using fire against earth, well, that's not the correct elemental advantage. Like fucking Violet, man, ever since they buffed him, I just don't like him anymore. I mean, the previous Violet, I agree with, just apple then counter. The current Violet is just lazy. People are just relying on that RNG to just save them. I've seen a Violet just solo absolute crazy situations. Luckily for me, I had Moonlight Iseria, who's a very good Violet counter, but it's not like I picked Iseria just to counter this guy. And here is the moment you've all been waiting for. The Iseria experience. I go Guider Aether, Iseria, Politis, Summer Iseria, and regular Iseria. Now this strategy, only the biggest of big brains can pull off. This is why you take Rosa Hargana on Moonlight Iseria. You're about to witness magic. With Rosa Hargana, Guider Aether can push with his third skill. Amazing. Just, you know, I'm not gonna even talk, just look at it.
Preparation complete. Let's try again. It hurts. This is going to hurt. 覚悟はできてるよな。Stay focused.
Now that right there is what I call an opener. If the enemy doesn't expect it to. It's crazy. I was actually considering Unseen Observer on Summer Iseria because, you know, Moonlight Iseria is just gonna cleanse all of the, dispel all of the immunity. So maybe Unseen Observer would have given me a cut over this Rimuru. I'm not really sure how the CR push mechanic works after 100%. I think the last unit to get a CR push gets the turn. Maybe that's it. I'm not too sure about it, but yeah, the game was lagging. He was probably rage quitting, like what the fuck do I do right now? But yeah, maybe if I had more damage on Moonlight Iseria, I could have just ended the game right then and there. And naturally, he's just gonna go for Iseria, and then boom, something weird just happens, and I didn't even see. I couldn't click any ability. I just S3'd and there I am. I'm using regular Iseria with a fucking Moonlight Iseria UI. What is that? That's just, I've never seen that before. I don't know, maybe I've spoken into the Iseria gods. Maybe I'm in the multiverse now. I really have no idea. Rosa Hargana, once again, proccing. That dual attack was not necessary, but now his turn comes. Now, I swear, if it weren't for that net issue, I could have just bombed 2 units with Summer Iseria and then just finished off the game right there, but hey, it is what it is. If we can somehow win this, perfect. Moonlight Iseria once again proving to be the tank she is, the good old reliable, just her immunity buff does us well. So I just reset the cooldown of her third skill, and yeah, finish off the Rimuru, I think. I'm not really sure. I think I used the third skill just for the souls. As I said, Green Iseria gives a lot of souls, and I mean it. She gives a lot of souls. Just S2 gives 4 souls, S3 gives another 3 souls. That's crazy. So yeah, I reset the cooldown on Moonlight Iseria, and she can do that thing that she did on the first turn all over again. Crazy strategy. I never thought Guider Aether would be the key to this entire plan, but here we are, triple Iseria, Guider Aether. Naturally, I'm not gonna end it on a scuffed game. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna find how far does this strategy go. Is it a fluke or is it actually meta?
Yahoo! Preparation complete. Let's try again. I can still endure. I'm at my limit. I will end everything. Rise. I expected this. Get ready. Do not interfere. Humans are truly foolish. I just feel sorry for them. Your life ends here. How dare you? Everyone ready? Don't worry. Look beyond the sky. Get ready. Oath of the White Flower. On my word. Forever. I pledge myself. You do not understand. Do I have to? No flower blooms brighter than victory. I'll play with you just this once. All right?
I'll be your opponent.
Yahoo! Preparation complete. Destina's light! You challenge me? Fine. Won't you regret this? Let's advance together. I feel amazing! We won! I'll play with you just this one. I'll deal with this. The situation is critical. I swear. Careful, please move aside.
All I can give you.
Do I have to? Is it my turn?
I never fight a losing battle.
Are you my next target?
On my word. Yahoo! Preparation complete. Let's try again. I can still endure. I'm at my limit. I will end everything. Follow the light of truth. Stay focused. May I help you? I didn't think they'd follow us all the way here. I'd like to return now. I'm putting an end to this. As you command. My sword. I'll play with you just this once, all right? Help! No flower blooms brighter than victory.
See, I
Get
told
ready.
you, if Iseria actually lands something, she's gonna do a lot of damage. 11k on the APOC Ravi. That's some insane damage right there. Well, I think that's the limits to how much I can push my gear. That's as best as the strategy can get. Too much Pavel, too much Politis, too much Kisei. Well, who's to say? There's only 3 Iserias in the game. If there were 5 Iserias, maybe I'd try a full comp Iseria. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. This video literally took me days to make. That's all I had to say. I am a husk of the man I used to be.